Welcome back to Force 13 in this update. We have a look at Tropical Storm 36W over in the South China Sea. And here's the information. The tropical storm is currently located 287 nautical miles south of the Ho Chi Minh City, tracking west at 13 knots over the last 6 hours. That's what the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre is saying. And they have it 6.1 degrees north, 105.8 degrees east, and maximum sustained winds 40 knots, gusting 50. And the Vietnam Weather Office, they have it remaining a tropical storm until the weekend. 76 kilometres an hour maximum sustained winds, and reducing to 65 kilometres an hour on the 5th. And looking at other information, including the JMA, Joint Typhoon Warning Centre, has a tropical storm 287 nautical miles south of the city, and as mentioned, tracking west 13 knots over the past 6 hours. Animated and enhanced infrared satellite imagery depicts persistent deep convection shear west of the low level circulation due to the strong 25 to 35 knots easterly vertical wind shear. Despite the vertical wind shear, a 36 GHz image indicates improved convective structure with shadow convection banding wrapping tightly into a broad, well-defined low-level circulation centre, which supports precision with good confidence. The current intensity is assessed at 40 knots based on an ASCAT image showing 40 knot winds, excellent poleward outflow, warm 27-28 Celsius. Sea surface temperature is being offset by the strong vertical wind shear, limiting intensification. Now here's the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's current track chart. The cyclone is tracking along the southern periphery of a subtropical ridge, and is expected to gradually turn west-northwest over the next 12 to 24 hours as the tropical storm begins to round the southwestern periphery of the steering ridge. The forecast intensity is expected to reach a peak of 50 knots within 24 hours, as vertical wind shear is expected to lessen slightly. Spread in the model guidance has decreased to 130 nautical miles at the 72-hour mark. Now we have a look at the NOAA floaters. Lending to high confidence in this portion of the centre's forecast track, which is placed close to consensus. After 72 hours, Tropical Storm 36W will begin to turn northwest. As said, we curves around the western periphery of the steering ridge and will weaken rapidly and slow due to strong vertical wind shear, upper level convergence associated with a deep mid-latitude shortwave trough, and dry air associated with low-level northeasterly surge flare. Due to the large spread in solutions at the 120-hour mark, 420 nautical miles, there is fair confidence in the extended portion of the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's track. Now, upper level divergence is around 40 knots. And considering that tropical storm 36W is on the radar down here in the southern hemisphere to the east of Australia, we have tropical cyclone category 1, Penny Henny for category 2 status, and we have a system that continues to develop over in the Fiji region. The 24-hour shear tendency with wind shear, the red's unfavourable, green is favourable, yellow is neutral. And one of my favourites is the 850 millibar vorticity. And due to commitments behind the scenes, Nathan is unable to do any updates for the foreseeable future. And now we have a look at EPS track guidance. The models on the right hand side of the screen are represented by the various colours. And here's another look. The model consensus is clearly indicating a turn to the northwest. Joint Typhoon Warning Centre is also saying northwest to north-northwest. And this is the late cycle intensity guidance. We will continue to bring the latest information when possible.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, our YouTube page youtube.com/Force13, on Facebook under the same name Force 13, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 if you wish to get in touch. You can also add Force 13 on Skype and my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.